And we are live. Kyora Nisambula, Namaste, Ram Ram, Kem Cho, Jai Shri Krishna. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another live session today. And today I have another business partner with me from all the way from the US, we and I are going to talk about this online business. So she's gonna introduce herself in a while, but my name is Devina Patel, and I am the face behind my YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook profile, Devina Ben Patel. I am a finance professional. I hail from the beautiful islands of Fiji, and I'm a proud online business owner. So today in studios, we have another business partner. Her name is Cecile. She's all the way from the US. So I'm gonna give the floor to Cecile to introduce herself. So over to you, Cecile.
Thank you, Devina. Thank you. Good morning, everybody, or good evening, good night, wherever you are. Thank you for inviting me to this page, and I'm very glad to be here. So, introduce myself. My name is Cicely. I reside in US, and I'm settled here with my husband. I have three children, and by profession, I'm a nurse. I work in the emergency room. I've been a nurse for almost 25 years now. So yeah, that's what about me.
And Cecile, if you mind to share with our fellow followers on who's gonna watch us live, who's watching us live, and who's gonna watch the replay, what motivated you to go into the online space?
So, like I said, I've been a nurse for 25 years, and I have always thought I didn't know anything but nursing. I Doing something else was not even in my wildest dreams because I always thought I didn't know anything else. So it was 2 years ago. I started having a thought of I need to do something, but I did not know what. And the reason is I was realizing I came in US in 2006. After so many years, I felt like we are like we still living month to month. I feel like we still paycheck to paycheck, and I need to go home more frequently. I need to see my parents more frequent, and it's not affordable for us to do that. And I had two kids, two children in the college at the same time, and I felt like okay, something has to change at some point because I and also I did so many overtimes, extra shifts, 4 days, 5 days a week, and I was not ready to do that. I was not willing to do that anymore. So I thought I need to do something, but I did not know what. And that's how the first thought came to my mind that I need to do. Business was not my option because I had zero knowledge about the business, especially online. Forget about it. I would have never thought about online business. But if to answer your question, why I thought about something else, this was the reason. For the financial aspect, and why do I needed financial stability? Because I one thing I needed to go home, see my parents more often, and for my children in college, I needed to support them. And I thought something has to change at some point so that after all these years, we can be, we have some stable financial status.
Thank you, Miss Cecilia. I do resemble quite a bit when you say, in terms of like, your reason of going behind the online space is that, as you can see, like you said, you want to change. For myself, I always grew up with the environment of a very challenging, grew up without a parent, a single parent, because my father passed away when I was very young. So I have seen challenges at a very tender age to take a challenge not as a problem, but take a challenge as it's an opportunity to grow. So I am always challenging myself in terms of learning something new. So moving forward on today's talk business, like, would you try to explain to our fellow viewers our business model? Why are we different?
Yeah, sure. So from my perspective, for me, why I chose this business is I went through many options before I chose this. It took me almost a year to make a final decision whether to do this or not. Uh, First of all, this is legal, 100% legal, legit business, which that was the scariest part for me, because I did not know anything, like I said, so I was afraid that, if it's a fraud or scam, whatever. So that was the biggest fear for me. And that is one thing, 100% legal, legit business with tax, file tax, and like if in US, I don't know about other countries, but if in US, next year, if I'm doing business this year, next year I will have a W-2 form, and which proves there itself it's a legal business. And then another reason for this business is that the flexibility, the how you can run this parallelly while you are doing a full-time job. I didn't have to quit my job to do this. I can run it together. And how it gives you a passive income even when you are away from your work. Like I have to say this as a testimony here, because when I started my business, if anybody follows my page, they can tell from the beginning, my number one reason for the business was to go home, see my parents frequently, and to have a passive income while I spend time with them. So I just went, I was there, I just came last week. I was there almost for a month, which was extended because my mom was sick and I did not have hours to cover. I knew I would have a zero paycheck when I come back for the couple of weeks, but still I decided to stay. But when I came back, I had my business checks waiting me, and which covered more than of my 2 weeks paycheck. So this this is something I wanted when I started my business, and that's where I am right now. And yeah, so the safety, the financial freedom, the flexibility, I would say those are the things that really attracted me towards this.
Well, in terms of what you have mentioned, and I hope your mother is doing very well right now, and she'll be like, valuable time. That I remember one a wise person said to me is that time is the most valuable investment option we have in our life, and if you invest it wisely, you have the power and the control as well. Because at the end of the time, I mean, at the end, it is we are trading our time for something. So
Right.
basically, I do resonate with you in terms of your how you're feeling, how what you go through. So can you explain to our fellow viewers, can this business that we are talking about can be done full time or part time?
It can be done part time, it can be done full time. I'm doing part time because I'm a full time nurse. So I'm doing my full time job, and side by I'm running the business. So, spending 1 or 2 hours a day um, is working for me, especially when I'm off. I can work on it even if when I'm working maybe 1 hour after work or before I go to work. So yeah, part time for me. I'm doing part time, and it's very well working for me.
Well, that's I would say most of the our business partners are doing most of the time doing this full time. Some are doing part time. Full
Yes.
time gives you the flexibility of giving more time and more attention to this online business. Like you can give your timing from morning if you're an early bird person. If you're an evening person, you can work on this business if the evening. But the beauty about it is you just need to give 2 to 3 hours in your day to run this business, because if you do it part-time, what happens is that you're learning, you're growing, you're not giving your state first primary income source yet, because at the end of the day you need something to kickstart from the foundation, because you're setting the foundation of the business. And apparently you don't want to have your business like in terms of, because you want to scale it as well. And when you're doing it in the part time, many people, you gradually move up, and in this, you build yourself the flexibility. You are building your safety net. And full time, what I well most of what happens is that you're building more options, because there's multiple income streams. You get the freedom, you decide your hours. Like I mentioned, you earn the income capacity. About our online business is there's no cap in this business, so we have limitless capacity moving forward. So can you, like, in a brief brief, can you tell our viewers what sets us apart from the normal traditional business?
Yeah, so from what my understanding is, or like from my experience so far, the traditional business, you have to do like so many, you have to worry about so many physical aspects, which you have to, like in a regular term, if I talk, you have to have a building, you have to have supplies, you have to have, I don't know, I haven't done a business, but I know that you need so many things that you have to arrange before you start a traditional business. But this you can do anywhere. Like, say I have a traditional business, say I have a restaurant, then I'm stuck in that place. I cannot go anywhere. I cannot even go on a vacation. If I want to move, I cannot move because I have my business established in that one place. But with this, you can go anywhere, you can travel, you can go on a vacation. All you need is your laptop or maybe a smartphone, and wherever you are, you have Wi-Fi, you can run the business. So that's the beauty of this business. As far as that I understood is, you have no restrictions. You are not stuck up in one place. You're free. It's global. Anywhere in the world, you can do it.
Yeah, thanks. In terms of, I just wanted to add, like, in traditional business, we have a very large capital investment when we start, and we have to have inventory. We have cost incurring from day one. You have operational cost running. For example, you have rent, you have wages, you have inventory, you have supplies, then you have utilities as well. So, and then you have to have, like, most of the time you start, you have to have your licenses. Like you mentioned, this big business is legit. So, in a brick and mortar business, is that you need to have a lot of capital, because at the first, because you will not have those credit limits, those credibility in the market to move forward, and you get leverage on your business to get loans, line of credit, we most of them call it. So it's a bit, I had families who had given up their traditional business, because you have to leave the traditional business to a trusted person, so that you know that you will not be ripped off or cheated at the same time. So, so that you can go on vacations, because your traditional business doesn't move, it stays there, it doesn't move with you. So, like you mentioned, we can travel with this business, this is global business, we have global communities, we have people from all around the world. I recently saw we have more than 220,000 and counting people on this online space. So this business has a vision and has already changed so many lives. So moving to the last discussion of today, can you tell someone what are the four key steps if anybody wants to start this business, and what is your recommendation moving forward?
Yeah, sure. So the first step will be, like, if you say, if you want to start this business, you can, whomever you are seeing online, like Devina is here, you can directly contact her, or you can directly contact me. We have our website, so we will give you that information. And once you register in there, you will be guided to our website, is either Devina or whoever you are approaching. And then the first step will be watching a webinar, which is free, which give you basic information about the webinar. And then you will have a mentor. Then you'll be guided from there. As soon as you sign in, then there'll be a person to guide you through the process. So then, and from there, from once you log in, watch the webinar, and from there on the process, you will be guided through. You will have a mentor and you will have a coach. You are never alone. There's an online system, training site that you get one-on-one training. Like if you don't have any like me, business was not even in my wildest dreams. Never ever ever I thought I would run a business. There are people laughed at me when I said I was going to do a business, because they know what was my business knowledge. And if I can do it, it's all because of how the system is set up, how you get training. So you have full training. There's a site, the training site, which you can get every information from there, and that's how you can build your business.
Thank you so much. In terms of the steps, and I would just like to elaborate. Whoever is watching us live today or who's gonna watch the replay, thank you so much for your time. And Cecilia, thank you so much for coming into my page and giving your thoughts about your business perspective of this online business. And to the people who are watching us live, if you want to work with like-minded people and want to see a change in your life, register with us in terms of like what I mean, Cicely has mentioned, and then you watch your live webinar. You can watch live or you can watch the replay. It's basically watching a Netflix movie. If you're going to a cinema, you're watching a movie. So it's basically watching a movie, and connect and see the live testimonies of people. Then you note down your questions, and then you ask the person's page that you have registered regarding this online business, and pay the 149 US dollars and kickstart a journey where you can have the freedom of time, flexibility, spend more time, create memories, like what our fellow business partner has mentioned today. She went on to the business just because she wanted to spend more time with family, which I understand because I'm doing the same, but I am also doing this business part time. So come out and see that there is a way to solve your financial problems, but you have to come in with a mindset of an open mind and willing to learn. So that is it, guys, for today for the Talk Business, and we'll see each other sometime soon. Take care and bye.
Bye bye, thank you.